5-year-old. I actually played in this room. I grew up in this building. My point is, to both of these people who are running for mayor, Mr. Gambardella and Mr. Jackson, I haven't heard a word about the Board of Education. They seem to be the gorilla in the living room. They're sucking this whole town dry. All of our money seems to be going to the Board of Education, yet we're standing in a room that should be condemned. Where is the money going? It's certainly not coming up with the test scores. If we all look at what test scores we're getting, it doesn't seem to apply. So my question directly to both of you is, as a mayor, what would either one of you say to the Board of Education to control the spending, to stop all of the endless money that's going in with nothing in return? And then there's this room that should be condemned. So it's not going here. What would you say?
We have no greater responsibility than educating our children. We have to do it the right way. We have to do it in a fiscally responsible way. But we have no greater responsibility than that. That is my belief. Now, I think we actually have talked a lot about the Board of Education. Here's what I would do to control Board of Education spending. By charter, the mayor is an ex officio member of the Board of Education. I will take that seriously. To understand their budget from the ground up, to compare it to the town budget, and see where there are redundancies is the way to reduce expenditures in non-classroom areas. You have to be, you have to be Staples to be a parent now. You have to provide paper and pens for the classroom. That never happened when we were in school. We need to refocus on the classroom by saying, okay, let's talk IT. Spend a lot of money on IT. We have a great IT team on the town side that can keep a system running with 5 nines. They can't necessarily pick out software for the classroom, but they can keep your systems running. We could run the whole town's IT structure. Board of Ed will need people to provide the software experience, etc. But we can start to consolidate those teams. We can start to consolidate our facilities maintenance teams and say, okay, this makes good sense. We got to get some experts. We got to get some construction experts in this town. The town buildings are old. Board buildings are a combination of incredibly old and incredibly new. They're very complicated. We need some professionals. I don't want to disparage the work that's done by our facilities team on the board side and public works on the town side, but skill sets need to be upgraded, need to be changed. We need to get a better construction back end to allow us to maintain our facilities better and to be more energy efficient in the way we do it. That's where the money is. We're working right now on an energy retrofit program at Hampton High School as a kickoff program that is going to save us hundreds of thousands of dollars. Those hundreds of thousands of dollars, I want to recycle back into the classroom because that's where they belong.
Sounds good, doesn't it? We had lights burning for a year without an off switch, just to give you a small example of how your money has been effectively utilized. He's had 4 years in this current administration to do just what he proposed with the current mayor. None of that has happened. Why do you expect it would happen in the future? Listen, the reality is that the education budget encompasses a whole lot more than just simply teachers and chalk and books. You have transportation issues. You have special education needs. The special education alone, $25,000 to $50,000 per student. These are not small numbers. I don't know if you were here earlier, I suggested that we look at the possibility of bringing in special education into Hamden. If we brought special education into Hamden, then we could attract outside Hamden, other communities who might want to possibly send their special education students to Hamden, and then it becomes a revenue generator for us.
What does that mean? You said that twice. Bringing special education here. I know that.
Okay, thank you. I should have clarified that. Right now, we have ACES. That would be some form of special education. And there's other facilities for kids with different needs, hearing impaired, vision impaired. All these things require that they have an obligation, citizens of Hamden, to educate our children no matter what their special education needs might be. And so what we can try to do is look at a more efficient way, an effective way to do that. And an education task force, is what I mentioned earlier, would have the ability to reach into the budgets and see how much money we're spending here or there, and then talk about it openly. Listen, I believe everybody in the Board of Education, the superintendent of schools, they're all doing their very best. The demands that are placed on them are enormous, and they are trying to do the best they can. They need more help. The Education Task Force allow them to get the help that they need. Thank you.